For years, I've been curious about one thing. How do these K-pop idols actually ask each other out? I mean, with so many bands, so many rules, and so much pressure, how do they manage to reach the person they like and become a couple? After long research, I finally found the answer to this question, and the tactics I learned truly shocked me. Going up to someone and talking directly, sending an Instagram DM, or reacting to their story with a flame emoji are, as you can guess, not suitable tactics for K-pop idols. Once you hear the methods I'm about to share, I'm sure you'll be just as shocked as I was. So, if you're ready, we're opening the secret love files of the K-pop world together. Before we start the video, I'd be so happy if you subscribe to my channel. Oh, and by the way, in this video, I'll also share with you the K-pop idols whose relationships have recently been exposed. First of all, as you probably know and can guess, dating, more love affairs, is still one of the most sensitive topics in the K-pop world. Yes, these days, reactions might seem a little softer, but whenever a relationship comes to light, both the media and the fans go wild. Usually agencies make idols sign a contract right when they first become famous saying that dating is forbidden. In recent years, some agencies don't explicitly include a "you cannot date" clause in their contracts, but they do write "your relationship cannot be known or go public." Because of this, idols, just like secret agents, have developed incredible ways to both meet each other and go on dates. And the sweetest part is that these tactics are completely hidden in the innocent details of daily life. At the top of this list of tactics is my personal favorite, which might be the most iconic method in K-pop history, the Inkigayo sandwiches. This method became famous when former idol Seungri confessed it on a program in 2018. For those who don't know, Inkigayo is SBS's music program broadcast every Sunday. Since eating is not allowed backstage at this program, all artists go down to the cafeteria on the 4th floor of the building. And in that cafeteria, there's a sandwich that became super famous for its taste. Many idols have photos with this sandwich. There's even a rumor that the members of ATEEZ ate a total of 40 of these sandwiches on the day they attended Inkigayo for the first time. But what actually made these sandwiches so famous wasn't just the taste. These legendary sandwiches were used almost like a dating app among idols. I can already hear you asking, how? Let me explain right away. When an idol likes another idol who happens to be there that day, they obviously can't just go and ask for their number. That would be too obvious. Instead, they slightly open one side of the sandwich's plastic packaging, place a tiny piece of paper with their phone number written on it inside, and then give it as a gift to the person they like. When the gift is received, no one suspects anything because it's just a sandwich. But that sandwich could be the first step of a love story between two idols. Over time, this method became so famous that not only idols but also fans were eager to try this sandwich. However, since the sandwich was sold only inside the SBS building, fans had no way to get it. Still, the recipe leaked online and how to make Inkigayo sandwich videos went viral. Unfortunately, according to insiders, this sandwich was removed from the menu quite some time ago. Of course, its removal from the menu is not a problem because do idols ever run out of tactics? Never. New rookie groups gift their signed albums to other idols. This is considered a sign of respect in the industry, but sometimes there's a little surprise hidden between the pages of that album, a phone number. This method is both elegant and risky because the album may pass through the hands of managers. But when it reaches the right person at the right time, it definitely works. The most well-known and, in my opinion, the most frequently used method is meeting through mutual acquaintances. Many famous couples meet thanks to shared stylists, hairdressers, or dancers. In fact, Girls' Day's Hyeri once mentioned that idols deliberately choose the same hairdresser in order to reach the person they like. So I think this method is used very often. Our next method is pure cunning. Sometimes some idols are forbidden from using a phone after their debut. So if they like someone, how are they going to communicate? Of course, they found a way for that. Getting a secret phone. In one video, a former idol admitted that many idols use this method. Some even message through iPads or tablets. In fact, in this video, he laughed while telling how he once secretly brought an iPod into the company building at midnight and tried to figure out the Wi-Fi password. By the way, these three were also former idols, and they also mentioned these methods in their videos, including the sandwich story. Let's say you've passed all the steps and are now in a relationship. Then meeting up in public without being recognized becomes a whole new problem. That's why idols prefer late hours, late-night movie screenings, walks in empty streets, and meeting along the Han River at hours when no one is around are usually the idols' choices. There are also restaurants with VIP sections. For example, Notice how famous and somewhat expensive restaurants always have a VIP section, either as a separate room or on a separate floor. In Korea, idols can comfortably meet and dine in the VIP sections of such restaurants. There are many more methods, but I also want to talk about idols whose relationships have recently been exposed. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments. I can make a part 2 for you. No matter how sweet and fun this topic may seem, the fact that idols, like any other young person, can't experience relationships freely and maybe can't even confess to the person they like because of these bans is, in my opinion, very sad. During the best years of their lives, they have to experience their relationships in a secretive way. Of course, compared to the past, these bans have improved a lot, but I hope that in the future they disappear completely and fans become more understanding, because some of the relationships of the idols I'm about to mention ended solely due to fans' reactions. First, let's start with Twice member Chaeyoung and Zion.T. In April 2024, the South Korean media published news that caused a big stir in the K-pop world. It was claimed that Twice member Chaeyoung had been dating one of the prominent figures of the hip-hop and R&B scene, Zion.T, for about 6 months. Their meeting story happened in a way that is quite common in the industry, through a mutual friend. Actually, the fact that this relationship came to light is quite normal because the two were often seen together in Seoul's Hanam-dong neighborhood. Their meetups were so natural that most of the time they spent time in public places without caring much about the people around them. This behavior painted the picture of a couple who preferred to let things flow rather than hide. JYP Entertainment, shortly after the news broke, made a statement saying, "The two are currently in a relationship with positive feelings toward each other. They support each other," officially confirming the relationship. As you know, this kind of statement is quite rare in K-pop. Usually, agencies either deny the rumor or use phrases like "we can't confirm." But Chaeyoung and Zion.T openly acknowledged their love from day one. At the time, Chaeyoung was 24 and Zion.T was 34. Despite the 10-year age gap, they received quite positive comments from both fans and the general public. In fact, just recently, photos of the couple spending time together on Jeju Island surfaced online. So their relationship is still going on, and in my opinion, the fact that they live it so freely is really sweet. But of course, there are also idols whose relationship status is still a mystery, like SSERAFIM's Kazuha and Antim's K. On April 3, 2024, a rumor surfaced online claiming the two were dating. Both groups were under the HYBE label, which made the rumor even more interesting but also more plausible. According to the report, Kazuha and K had been friends for about a year before they started dating in the summer of 2022. However, when their relationship was noticed by their group members in the summer of 2023, they took a short break. In the fall, they secretly started meeting again. On March 17, 2024, it was claimed that they were spotted meeting late at night at a restaurant in Ginza, but no photo or statement emerged to support these claims. In fact, their agency HYBE firmly denied the rumors, saying, "It is not true that there is a romantic relationship between the two." Still, they admitted that they had eaten together as friends. This statement divided public opinion. Some believed they were really just friends, while some fans argued that such statements are usually made to cover up the truth. Now, pause the video and please share your own opinion. Do you think these two are really just friends or actually dating? If you've written it down, let's continue with perhaps the most talked about and most criticized couple in the industry. Of course, I'm talking about aespa's Karina and Lee Jae-wook. On February 26, 2024, Dispatch revealed the relationship between aespa's Karina and famous actor Lee Jae-wook. The two had met in January at the Prada Men's Fall-Winter 2024 show in Milan and were instantly attracted to each other at first sight. Despite their busy schedules, they found time to meet both in Milan and in Seoul. Karina would often go to Lee Jae-wook's neighborhood, and she was seen near his house late at night. Both of their agencies confirmed the relationship by saying, "The two are currently in the stage of getting to know each other." However, as expected, this love story did not last long. After Karina's relationship was made public, some fans reacted harshly. And when I say harsh, I mean really harsh. They sent protest trucks to her company's building with banners saying, "Is the love from your fans not enough for you?" The The comments on Instagram were filled with all sorts of harsh words directed at her. Eventually, Karina couldn't take it anymore and posted a letter on Instagram saying, "I'm sorry for disappointing you." In other words, she had to apologize simply for being in a happy relationship. Of course, the pressure cast a shadow over the couple's relationship. On April 2nd, 2024, just 5 weeks after their relationship had been made public, it was announced that they had broken up. Lee Jae-wook's agency stated, "Actor Lee Jae-wook has decided to break up in order to focus on his work." SM Entertainment also confirmed the breakup. Some sources claimed that behind this decision were both his workload and the mental pressure caused by the flood of hateful comments. "I was truly saddened by their breakup because fans put psychological pressure on Karina and even told her to leave the group for tarnishing it. Maybe they could have been very happy together, but unfortunately, they broke up." Anyway, let's also talk about relationships that end with a happy ending. Of course, I'm talking about Ailee and Choi Si-hun. Ailee met Choi Si-hun in 2024. Their friendship, which began through mutual friends, quickly turned into love. Ailee had said that when they met, she had already lost hope in love, and Choi had also recently had his heart broken. For their first date, the couple went to a concert by the K-pop group G.O.D. It was cold during the concert, and Ailee put her hands inside Choi's jacket, and by coincidence, their hands touched. At that moment, they both thought, "I think I'm going to marry this person." It was literally like a K-drama scene. They both did exactly what they thought, and in November 2024, Choi announced on Instagram that he had proposed to Ailee. In January 2025, the couple shared their pre-wedding photos. On April 20th, 2025, they officially got married. It went down in the books as one of the rare stories in the K-pop world that developed quickly but ended happily. And it's also one of my favorite relationships. You didn't think I'd make a video like this and not talk about Twice's Jihyo and Yun Sung-bin, did you? On March 24th, 2024, the Korean media reported that Jihyo had been dating South Korea's proud Olympic champion skeleton athlete Yun Sung-bin for about a year. Their meeting story once again began in a very familiar way, through mutual acquaintances. At first, Jihyo and Yun Sung-bin were just friends, but thanks to their shared love of sports, they quickly grew closer. Yun Sung-bin helped Jihyo during training sessions, and over time, the bond between them turned into a romantic relationship. Their homes in Seoul's Seongdong district were only a few minutes apart, which was a detail that made it easier for them to meet. When the news broke, both JYP Entertainment and Sung-bin's agency, All That Sports, made rather cautious statements. JYP said, "It's difficult to confirm as it's a private matter. We ask for your understanding." All That Sports said, "It's difficult for us to confirm the athlete's private life." In other words, the classic agency statements. The fact that neither side officially confirmed the relationship sparked curiosity in the public. Still, the information reported by the Korean media and statements from people close to them saying they have many things in common, their relationship developed naturally, strengthened the idea that the two were indeed together. Even so, both sides are still keeping silent about this relationship. I thought the final part of this video should be dedicated to Red Velvet's Joy and crush. In August 2021, reports emerged claiming the two were dating. Their meeting began with their duet on the song Mayday in May 2020. At the time, it was seen as nothing more than a professional collaboration, but over time, it turned into love. Joy said that when she received the offer to feature in the song, "I was very excited and nervous," while Crush said, "As soon as I heard Joy's voice, I felt that she was the one this song needed." After the relationship was confirmed, Crush wrote this on his social media account. "Thanks to her positivity, the number of days I smile has increased. I wanted to share this news at the right time, but it came out before I could." In my opinion, their relationship was very sweet and very genuine. But in March 2024, something confusing happened. Both sides deleted their photos together. But since they are still following each other, I honestly think their relationship is still ongoing. If you share your opinion about this in the comments, I think we could come to a conclusion together. I'm really curious, are they still together or not? Unfortunately, as I've said, love in K-pop is still seen as a forbidden fruit. Even though fans want their idols to be happy, some feel hurt when that happiness is not shared with them. Companies, in order to protect their artists' careers, prefer to hide or end relationships. And most of the time, the ones who suffer the most in this process are the two people in that relationship. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you in advance. Goodbye.